Hello, everybody, and welcome to our presentation. The title of our paper is Artificial Intelligence Helps B2B Organizations Practice Sustainable Sales. I'm Pia Hautamäki, Principal Lecturer from Tampere University of Applied Sciences from TAMK, Finland, and I'm collaborating with Safa Rajeb. Would you, Safa, just say a couple of words about yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Safa Rajeb. I have earned my master in international business management from Tampere University recently in 2020. I have been practicing sales management, different kind of position with around this. And we decided with Dr. Pia that we will explore our option to understand more about artificial intelligence and how it can help business-to-business sales organization to practice more sustainable way of selling.
Thank you so much, Safa.
Okay, so our aim and objectives for this study is still while in its preliminary study phases, we decided that how we can understand the impact of various AI technology application and how it did help the various type of selling in B2B sales processes and how that could enhance the selling to be more sustainable. While we are taking this on a general ground, we decided that we can do a real world examination for how these application, in particular focusing on the selling processes exactly, and how it's compared to the traditional methods that are used by many companies nowadays, even though with this technology advancement. So our research focus is actually to understand this AI technology and its effect to be more sustainable sales. We think that if we answer this kind of a question, that we maybe be able to develop a certain model that reflect the AI technology on B2B sales, which is compared to the traditional model. So we think that there is a possibility to understand and to come up with a different model for that reflect AI technology effects on actually the B2B sales. With this, we decided to go with the in-depth interviews with the 3 Finnish companies that working in developing and distributing AI technology application. They are in fact on the market and they are providing this as AI service. We have been in contact with the 3 companies. One of them is a provider for AI technology, which is standalone AI technology. The other 2 companies are marketing agencies, but they also provide on behalf of the other companies and a CRM system that with AI technology backed system. And we held interviews with these companies, and we have gone through many issues that makes us believe that there is a possibility that AI technology is actually doing the business more sustainably.
Yes, thank you, Savan. As this is preliminary study, so actually there is also more data, but this is where we are at the moment, and we already now see these results really promising. And just a couple of words about the theory. So as we know, so there isn't too many theories yet about the sales processes. And if you think about sustainable sales, there is also a really huge research gap. But we selected actually Dubinsky's model of B2B selling and B2B selling steps. And there are, as we all know, so 7 steps how Dubinsky 1981 described the model for the sales process. And these parts are prospecting, pre-approaching, approaching, presenting, overcoming objections, closing, and follow-up. Safa, would you raise up something based on these different phases?
course. The theory part of this traditional type of business or sales model, it has been used and described by many research in the recent years on how they can describe the B2B sales model, which is why we have chosen this, because there has been a lot of approaches to this, as it's the best one to describe how B2B sales are being held up and the real steps that consist in the selling method. So we believe this is the best one to describe and to use it as a measuring and control model in order for us to generate the AI model.
Yes. Okay. Let's move to the results.
Yes. So based on our preliminary results, we believe that AI technology is actually improving two major things. The first thing is the steps, the selling steps. It's actually reducing the amount of steps using the automation and many other kind of service that AI actually presenting. It's auto-filling, automation, and doing search on behalf of sales representative. And it's able to reduce the amount of sales steps to actually be 4 if we compare it to the traditional model of 7 steps. The majority of these steps is, as we have noticed, that the majority of the effect of AI technology is residual at the initial steps: prospecting, pre-approaching, and approaching. These first 3 steps is actually where the AI technology showed its best capabilities. Prospecting as a step is requiring that salesperson or representative look for a customer, especially if he look for a new customer, which often requires a lot of time in nurturing and looking for the best customer that he can offer his sales. With AI technology, this can be automated, and it can be adjustable to the sales representative or the sales organization like. So what kind of customers they are looking for. And this can be automated to a certain level that AI can only send you a list of possible or potential prospect that you can approach later on, or if you want it at the same time, which is why AI technology is there, that it does the pre-approaching on behalf of you. So it's not only prospecting or looking or finding the suitable customer, but it also make the initial contact with them. And at some level that you can develop or manipulate the system to make even the approaching. So there is some companies that they have that their offering was already there. So while the AI technology is doing the prospecting and pre-approaching, it's also approaching them with some kind of offering that, hey, we have this, and it's all being automated. Once the customers become interested, AI technology can send you notification to the sales representative. So can he follow up later on, or he can book a timing. It also can be very automated. On the other sections, which is the presentation, we believe that AI technology is changing the way how businesses are representing themselves. So instead of making prototyping or making a visit to certain sites where they have their own product, they can make it with AI technology, arguing technology, and other type of enhanced with AI technology to offer more dynamic type of presentation where the customers can be more engaged with the product. And he can then adjust to that presentation to his liking. So not only being presented with that thing and being connected with the product being offered and presented, but he also can adjust to his need, which make it more dynamical and more sustainable. In this way, there is no need for this kind of prototyping, producing things. It can be only presenting with AI technology and arguing technology that can make the customers more connected to the products. And this type of approach, we believe that AI reduces the overcoming objections often with the sales happening between the customers and the seller. Since this case has been built on what customers need at some point, it can reduces the amount of sales objection that comes later on if the Practise case have been developed. And later with the closing section, it's also do some automation to this that's collected information from the previous steps and make it on at the closing. On the other hand, with the timing, it's also reflected the time. So prospecting has been known as a step that demanding a lot of time by sales representative. And this with AI technology can be reduced to a bare minimum of a few minutes, just looking and following up with the AI technology, how is nurturing and looking for prospects. So often it's this sense a list of potential prospect instead of the sales representative spending hours looking for different sources over the internet or other ways to find the potential prospect.
And also, this is really interesting also from the sustainable perspective, that are we actually, when we are able to, take more time with the customers, we are probably understanding the needs of the customers better. And probably we are also able to offer, something which is better fitted to their needs. And for sure, that is also more sustainable than only to just sell like products. It's like based on really on the needs of the customers. This is really interesting. So just if we just shortly go through these main areas that we have now noticed and found, especially in this preliminary study.
Yes, we believe that cost can be reduced too much with AI technology in compared to the traditional way. The objections, as I explained before, that can be reduced to the bare minimum of type of objections. Knowledge is more enhanced with AI technologies actually about the customers and their ability to buy, potentiality to buy, and other aspects. It makes also the real sales, which means that connecting the sellers and the customers on time manner. So whenever the customer looking for a product, the seller can be noticing that this customer or potential customer is now looking for a product to buy, and he can connect with at time. Overall, this make it more very sustainable way of selling that in compare with the traditional model. If we believe that the traditional model is being implemented nowadays, it's not a way of sustainable sales. With AI technology help, it can make it very more sustainable on various level, time, costs, and other type of more sustainable way of doing on holding B2B sales, which is often known as kind of sales that requires a lot of time and dedicated amount of human power to make the sales happen.
Yes, and thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And this was our preliminary study, and of course the path together with Safa around these really interesting topics will continue. And if you have any good ideas to send to us, so just click and find us on LinkedIn and let's talk more. Let's arrange a virtual meeting or something, because these topics are really interesting and there are a lot of future potential from many perspectives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Safa, thanks you for the collaboration.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.